Hey friends, in today's video we're going to make a garland for one of my fence panels in the garden. I've made garlands before using paddle wire like you see me using here and just attaching each branch to each other using the paddle wire. It's kind of time consuming, so I had seen some different videos on Instagram and different places of people using chicken wire to make a base or a frog, and I thought that was brilliant. So I decided to look on Amazon and see what I could find. I found this one and it's just a little over 1 foot wide, and then you can choose the different lengths to suit your needs. This particular chicken wire is very pliable. It also came with some little snips which are really good. I really like the snips. It came with a little pair of gloves and some zip ties, and you'll see me using those zip ties in just a moment. But I'm making my frog here, or my base, by just rolling it up into a cylinder type thing. And I put the rope in the center so that I could tie it to the fence posts. I did attach the rope to the chicken wire with some paddle wires just so it would stay secure. And now I'm using the zip ties to sort of tie the cylinder together. It worked really well. I'm really happy with how this chicken wire, I can see myself using this particular chicken wire in the future, and I'll definitely link it in the description below so that you can take a look at it on Amazon. And now I just am starting to build my garland. This entire project took me just a little over an hour, and that's not including going foraging for the garland. You can see I'm putting in some white pine. So earlier that morning I went and cut white pine and some cedar, and I also got some branch cuttings from my local big box store. When they sell a tree, usually they have a lot of cuttings left over, and you can go and they'll give you those for free. And then it's just a matter of filling in and adding all of the greenery. It's kind of like making a floral bouquet. When you first start making a bouquet, it's not very pretty and you say, oh boy, this is not going to turn out great. But the more you fill in, the more you play with it a little bit, the better it looks. I found these green velvet bows at Joann Fabrics, and I was just kind of into green this year. They were on sale for like $3 for something. They were very inexpensive, so I went ahead and got 3 of them. Now I'm adding some red twig dogwood that I have here in my garden. I'm going to have to do a rejuvenation prune on my red twig dogwood this year, and I think I have to do it in the spring. It just died back quite a bit in the drought this summer, so I think I need to give it some new life. And I had these pine cone picks that I bought somewhere, and I've had them for years. I have tons of pine cone that I've harvested here from the farm, but it's quite time consuming wrapping wire around them to try to attach them to the garland. So I decided just to use these ready-made picks that I had. Then I was just about getting ready to add this beautiful winterberry that I was blessed to find here on the farm. I found 2 more native winterberry bushes growing in the swampy area, and then I decided, oh, I think I better go ahead and put my lights on. These lights are indoor-outdoor lights, and they're battery operated, and they have a timer so you can set them to start whatever time you want, and you can set the different flashes that you want, or steady on, or whatever. So I decided I better go ahead and add my lights because the winterberry is quite fragile and you can knock the berries off easily. Now it's time to add in my beloved winterberry. I was so excited to find these. Winterberry likes to grow in swampy areas and boggy areas, and we have several of those here on the farm. And I happened to be checking the cows one day and looked over into the middle of the swamp, and there was this huge winterberry bush, and I was just so excited, and it grows native here in Virginia. So now it's time to attach this lovely bow. I fluffed it out a little bit, but it kept kind of flattening itself out, so I'll keep fluffing it out. I did add some paddle wire to the bow just so I could attach it a little bit better to the garland. And I'd almost forgotten that I had harvested some beautiful mountain laurel that morning when I harvested the white pine and the cedar. I was kind of lamenting that my magnolias weren't larger so that I could harvest some leaves and branches from them. And then I said, wait a minute, I've harvested some of this beautiful mountain laurel, which is very similar to magnolia, and it grows native here on the farm. So I was happy to be able to use that. And now it's time to add it to the little fence panel in the garden. It was kind of hard to do that by myself, but I didn't have anyone helping me film and hold the actual garland, so I kind of had to tie it around until I could get it more secure. But I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. I decided to add a little bit more paddle wire to the middle of the garden and attach it to that fence picket just to give it a little bit more stability to try to hold it in place a little better. And now it's time to choose the light formation that I wanted. So I think I chose twinkling and then fading out or something like that. But I'm very, very happy with how this turned out. Now, full disclosure, the following day they were calling for 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. So I did put it back in my greenhouse just because I said, you know, I've done too much work to this to have the winds destroy it. So it is currently in my greenhouse until the winds calm down, and the winds have been pretty much the same for the last couple of days, but it'll calm down here pretty soon and I will get to enjoy it back out in the garden. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful for you, and if you decide to build a garland like this, please let me know. Leave a comment and let me know what you're doing for Christmas and how you're decorating your garden space. Thanks so much for watching, friends. Happy gardening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.